For the past 8 months, I've been watching animated movies on Disney Plus,
and I have watched every single one.
and I'm not going to do an individual review on each of the movie because that would take way too much of my infinitely valuable time.
So instead, I'm going to do a quick overview of each movie and then put them on a tier list.
Also, this is like my opinion, so don't get mad that I put Brave higher than Moana. Okay, great.
Alright, so this is every animated movie on Disney Plus.
Very Fertile Dogs, A tier. I now understand Cruella's motives, E tier. I feel bad for burning ants as a kid now, B tier. Old Man Gets Good, S tier. Father gives son Stockholm Syndrome, B tier. Dapper Pepe has no regard for the law, E tier. Thief makes friends with a lamp smurf, S tier. Thief fixes daddy issues through monetary gain, A tier. Gilbert Gottfried plays sentient anti-hero parrot, D tier. Dumb blonde has a bad trip, A tier. Chipmunks have never been less likable, E tier. Goofy gets laid, B tier. 3-hour log background, A tier. Even cooler 3-hour log background, S tier. Cats combine the upper class with the lower class, A tier. Milo fights Norse gods a kraken in the sand, A tier. Underrated masterpiece, S tier. I laughed when the deer got shot, B tier. I laughed when the dad neglected his son, C tier. Disney condones bestiality, S tier. Proof that hell exists, E tier. The Beast gets gaslighted by a piano, C tier. Stereotypical squad, C tier. Pig prophesies doom then gets kidnapped by a cadaver, E tier. Dog discovers he is not as cool as he thinks, S tier. I forgot what the title has to do with the movie, C tier. The dad is the best part of this movie, A tier. Discarded appliances gain consciousness, then fly to Mars and construct a death ray to destroy Earth. No, I'm not kidding. D tier. Finally, a movie about a toaster who speaks out against animal abuse, D tier. Closet furry comes out of the closet, B tier. Bears bang, C tier. I have so many questions about the anatomy of sentient cars now, S tier. Mater tries out a bidet. C tier. The second one didn't exist, C tier. Everyone hates child, D tier. There's mice, C tier. No they don't, D tier. Giga Chad leaps out of window to save Cute Maid, B tier. No music, A tier. No music but in Spanish, A tier. Hades is now a daddy, E tier. This movie could have been so amazing if they would have just done it in the style of the actual book, E tier. Ark Survival Evolved, D tier. The basis for which I live my life, D tier. Mentally handicapped fish keeps you captive for 3 hours, E tier. Doug got game, C tier. It's C tier. C tier. The real treasure is family, C tier. Minor doesn't drink responsibly, D tier. Fat man gives mouth to mouth to a furry goat, S tier. All you need to fix your family problems is a miracle, A tier. I don't know what the plan with this one was, D tier. Let's try the same thing 60 years later and see if it works, D tier. One of my favorite movies of all time, S tier. John Cena manifests as a bull, C tier. Dipshit fish gets lost, B tier. Deformed dipshit fish gets lost, A tier. The first movie didn't happen, E tier. This movie didn't happen, according to the second, S tier. Dog looks at death and says no, C tier. Snowman doesn't understand mortality, A tier. Snowman does still not understand mortality, B tier. Scariest Disney movie, E tier. This movie made me believe in love again, C tier. The mediocre dinosaur, D tier. Sherlock Holmes but mice, A tier. Hercules sucks at frisbee, S tier. The movie that you remember not remembering anything about, D tier. A surprisingly good sequel to the best Disney movie, A tier. The best Disney movie, S tier. I want to shove an alcohol-covered rag down the Ice Age baby's throat and then light it. E tier. Everything is wrong. E tier. Fat-ass bearded man resorts to getting help from the local wildlife to save Christmas. D tier. This movie's ending sucks. Every character doesn't die. E tier. Monkey Sea Shanty slaps. B tier. The best Ice Age movie hands down. A tier. No Ice Age baby. A tier. Basement Dweller uses TikTok to make people look bad. C tier. Super strength can't fix a broken marriage. S tier. Inside of a child. S tier. Good guys fight bad guys. D tier. Good guys fight Hitler's little brother. D tier. Kid builds an airplane, fights the government, and sustains serious brain damage to save his dog. A tier. A rhino killed my dad. E tier. Mowgli becomes a simp. C tier. Small child gets handled by jungle creatures. B tier. There's a rat. B tier. Man baby swindles the elderly. B tier. Let's make the dogs racist. C tier. Child grooming, but with dogs. E tier. These are the ones about Hogwarts, right? C tier. Who knew that the 4th sequel would be bad? C tier. Pudge the Fish wants his PB&J, damn it. S tier. Stitch was born wrong. B tier. Yes, people made this. E tier. Good sequel. A tier. S tier. My cousin had a crush on the girl from this movie as a kid. D tier. This movie is fucking awful. E tier. This movie's fucking great. A tier. Benjamin is my favorite Disney character by far. B tier. 2 fish boys discover that they like other boys. A tier. This movie scares me. C tier. This sucks. D tier. Not as bad as you may think, but it's still bad. C tier. My favorite character was Batman. C tier. Great animated Marvel movie. Got the classic 2000s animated TV show look. A tier. Loki almost ruins Christmas. E tier. Orphan child wants to see his mom, so he goes to the future and gets a better one. S tier. This movie single-handedly made me hate music. E tier. The real joy of Christmas is getting stuck in the Himalayas. D tier. Tiny Tim is a cripple, and that's funny. C tier. The real joy of Christmas is getting stuck in a time loop. C tier. Pumpkin Giant Pete scares me. C tier. This was very unnecessary. D tier. Donald is an unlikable piece of shit. C tier. The people change genders when they turn into a superhero. This is never explained or addressed. C tier. A basketball saved the day. C tier. Hey Hey is the most relatable Disney character. He's stupid and people want to eat him. B tier. Mike Wazowski gets sucked into college student loan debt and gives up on his dreams. B tier. The world building in this movie is phenomenal. S tier. Lizard starts a war. S tier. Lizard destroys a marriage. D tier. The true meaning of Christmas is sentient snowman. C tier. Street animals discover the upper class. C tier. D&D nerds summon a pair of daddy legs. C tier. Let's make the children racist. E tier. Tribe of furry children indoctrinate redhead. D tier. These are pretty good. C tier. Piglet is useless because he is small. C tier. Sentient log gets enslaved, conned, then enslaved again. E tier. D tier. Middle-aged man talks to you. E tier. A mistake. E tier. An even bigger mistake. E tier. Our land. A tier. A documentary on why the English suck. C tier. This shit is terrifying. C tier. Local wildlife attempts to capture discolored elephant. C tier. Elves. C tier. More elves. C tier. The poor stink. C tier. Woman discovers she is sexually attracted to frogs. S tier. Peanuts enslave the global population. E tier. He doesn't break the internet. C tier. Rat. S tier. I've never been more confused in my life. D tier. Children form a social hierarchy. D tier. It's so bad. E tier. Many rat. B tier. Whether a child lives or dies is determined by 2 rats. C tier. This movie is responsible for a generation of furries. S tier. Technology bad. B tier. Let's all have the Hispanics in this movie played by white people. E tier. Actually horrifying. C tier. I watched this with my cousin. C tier. Not really a Simpsons fan. C tier. The original story is better. C tier. Hey, they made a movie about my D tier. First Disney animated feature film. It stinks. D tier. Don't have one. B tier. This one was really stupid. D tier. So much singing. D tier. Kid steals a rock sword. C tier. A man with a pan racks up a higher KDA than Noah. S tier.
C tier.
Buff man returns to monkey. A tier. Jungle man fights evil with his side hoe. E tier. The worst Disney sequel ever. E tier. Dog turns into man, smashes a kid's mom. E tier. Peak Disney racism. E tier. Mexican John Wayne Gacy frog attempts to marry a small girl. E tier. Good memories of this movie. C tier.
This movie is an Easter movie. S tier.
Tinkerbell is no longer a jealous bitch and has friends now. C tier. 3D dog model be lacking. S tier. This one sucks. D tier. This one sucks less. C tier. This one sucks the most. D tier. These are okay. C tier. Another underrated Disney masterpiece. S tier. A furry has her first panda period. B tier. Old guy gets pissed at life and flies away. A tier. Not a lot of people know about this movie, but it's not that bad. C tier. The only Disney movie that almost made me cry. S tier. That one Madagascar ripoff that lives in the back of your memory rent-free. D tier. More Winnie the Pooh stuff. They're all the same. C tier. Not bad. C tier. One of the less mentioned Disney movies, but it's still pretty good. B tier. Furry racism. S tier.
So that concludes me watching every animated movie on Disney Plus. I had to suffer through a lot of racist ones and some ones that just shouldn't have been made. There were definitely some unexpectedly good ones in there. I'll be doing a review on the ones that stood out most to me later on in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching my in-depth overanalyzation of every single animated movie on Disney Plus. I hope you enjoyed, and you can expect some cream of the crop movie reviews soon. Okay, bye.